Alright guys, so we have everything set up. We have ActiveAdmin all installed. Now I want to show you how to configure it and also how to add more resources to it. But before we do that, I want to push to Heroku. I want to upload everything we've done. So if you want to open the command line and make sure you're in the MyRubyBlog folder. Now what we have to do is we have to do the migrations remotely on our Heroku app. If you go into MyRubyBlogs in the DB folder and then migrate, you'll see we have these migration files that haven't been run in our Heroku environment yet. So what I want to do is do Heroku run rake db migrate. Actually, you know what? Let's do an update of the files first. So do git add and then git commit before ActiveAdmin. Okay, so now let's do a git push Heroku master. And then we can run the migrate. And when we run the migrate, what it's going to do is it's going to create the tables for us, the ActiveAdmin tables, but it's not going to put the data in. And all we have for data right now is, I think, is that user that we created. So after we migrate, we're not going to be able to log in with that new user because it's not in that database yet. We actually have to export our database here and then import it to Heroku. And you do that using a plugin, an add-on called PG Backups. And it's pretty easy to do. Alright, so now we want to run the migration. So we want to do Heroku run rake db migrate. Okay, so that all looks good. Now if we go to our Heroku app, which for me is myrubyblog.herokuapp.com, and we'll be able to tell if everything went through by going to the admin. Alright, so now we're in our admin screen for our remote app, so it looks like everything went through. Now the database fields shouldn't have gone through, so if I try to log in with the username, the user that I created, it doesn't work. But if we use the default, which comes with ActiveAdmin, which is password, that logs in. If we go to admin users, you don't see the tech guy info email. So that's what I'm going to do now, is actually just export our database and then import to Heroku. So let's go back to our command line, and we want to run Heroku add-ons, and we want to add PG backups. And that should get this installed for us. Alright, I guess it was already installed. Alright, so now what we want to do is create a database dump file from our database. So this is PG password, and then we want the password for our user, our database user. And you can find that by going into your config directory and then database.yml. So this is what I have for my logins, for my user and password. So this 12AA password, and then next, I'm just trying to remember the build up. Shoot. Next we would do PG dump, and that's just a command that'll give us the dump file, and then we want to add some tags onto it. No ACL. We don't want an owner either, so no owner. And then the host is localhost, and the user I want to use is 1 second. The user is actually Postgres. I didn't change that. You actually should use a different user than the default Postgres, but that's alright. Okay, and Postgres. Now we want the name of the database, which for me is my Ruby blog, and now we want to create the dump file, which will say my Ruby blog, my Ruby blog dot dump. And let me just check this over, make sure everything's correct. So after we run this, it should go to our directory. Actually, we have a dump file there, but I'm actually going to get rid of that. Okay, so let's run this, and you can see it gave us the dump file, but I don't know why it's saying command not found down there, and it looks like it's empty. Oh, I know what it is. On Linux you can do this, just PG dump, but on Windows I think we have to do the entire path to the PG dump file. So, oh man, so let's press up so we can get back to that screen and go back to this PG dump and replace that with we want to have some quotes, and then C program. Now this is going to be the path to your PostgreSQL file. So we want to do program files, x86. I think that'll work. PostgreSQL. And that is version 9.2. This is just the path to the file. And then bin, and then we want a backward slash, and we want pg dump.exe, and then a quote. So that's just the entire path rather than just doing pg dump. I guess you can't do that in Windows. So let's get rid of this empty file that it created for us, the dump file, and let's run that. So now if we go in here, now you can see it's not empty. It's not something that I want to go through, but it's not empty. It's a dump of the entire database. So now we have to put it on the Heroku server, and to do that we need to have some kind of web space where we could put the dump file to import it to Heroku. So if I don't know if you have a website or if you have some kind of hosting, just get it somewhere on the internet. And I'm going to use my staging server, which is techguysstaging.com. So I'm going to put that in the files. I actually have stuff here. I have a database dump from a different project, so I'm going to put it there. And this is FileZilla. It's just an FTP program. Alright, so now I have that uploaded, so now I can do the import command. And for that, what we want to do is Heroku PG backups, and then we're going to do restore database, and here we just want to put the path to this file, which for me is going to be http techguysstaging.com/files/myrubyblog.dump. Alright. Alright, so what this is doing, it's telling us that this is a destructive action. And it's destructive because it's going to wipe out whatever is on the remote database at Heroku. So it's just asking us to type in the name of our app just to confirm that we want to do this. So it looks like it's going through. Alright, so now we can go back and let's log out on this. Remember, this is the Heroku app. This isn't our local app. And before we couldn't log in with the user that I created, which was TechGuyInfo. Now I should be able to. Yep, so now I'm in. If you go to admin users, you can see our entire database, which was only really made up of some posts and this extra user. But regardless, no matter how big it was, that's what we're going to do to import it. Alright, so now that we get that out of the way, I'm actually going to get out of the Heroku app and go back to our local development. And what I want to do is add posts. I want to be able to add to manage posts and categories from ActiveAdmin, and that's pretty easy to do. We just gotta one second. We just gotta create we gotta generate the resource for ActiveAdmin. So, and that's pretty easy. We just gotta do Rails generate or G ActiveAdmin, and then we want resource, and then we put what resource we want to generate. So let's do first we'll do categories, and this should be singular. It should be category, not categories. So let's run that. Alright, so you can see it actually created a model a resource for us in the admin directory. Now I want to do the same thing, but I want to do it for posts. So it should be singular post. And this one line with a little Ruby magic allows us to manage the entire resource. So if we go back to our admin panel and reload, you can see we have these categories and posts. So I mean, it's unbelievable what Ruby on Rails does with such little work and just a simple one-line command. We can actually edit these. We can edit the posts. We can change the categories. We can add new categories, new category. So you can see, I mean, Rails is really handy for web development. So what else did I want to do? I wanted to show you how to configure the dashboard. So let's open up, go to your app folder and then admin and dashboard. So this is where we can actually add some code and customize our dashboard. So I'm going to get rid of all of this right now in that. So save that, and if I reload here, you can see everything's gone. So in here we want to put a block. What I want to do is have the most recent posts display when we go to the dashboard. So we want to do section recent posts. So that'll be the section of this block. And we want to do table for post dot order, and the order is, we'll do ID, quotes ID, and we'll do that descending, and then we can do a limit. I don't know, let's say 15. So it'll show the most recent posts, which will be ordered by ID in descending order, and we'll show 15 posts. So so now we can define our columns. So let's do column ID will be the first column. The next one will be the post title. And we want a comma here, and name. Is it name or title? Let me check. Posts. Alright, looks like it's title. So title, do post. Whoop. And then we want the name to be a link, just like on this. Actually, here it's not a link, but on the dashboard I want to make it a link. So we can do link to post dot name will be the text that'll show, and then we want that linked to admin post. Okay, looks good. End. Alright, so next we want the next column. I guess the next column will be the category. Yeah, let's try it. Column category, and then we want sortable. We want to have it sortable so we can actually click on the category and have them all in a row, nice and sorted. And that'll be category. And then the last column, we'll make the date that it was created at. So created at, and that looks good. And we also want, I want a link to bring us to all the posts if we want. So let's do strong link to show all posts. Alright, so this actually is wrong, this register page. We want to do active admin and then 2 colons and then dashboards. dashboards.build and then do. Alright, so save that, and if we go to our dashboard, undefined method name. Did I put name? Oh, this should be title. Yeah, we want that to be title. So save and reload. Undefined local variable or method admin. Admin post. Post title. Oh, we need the colon in front of it. It's a symbol. So save that, and alright, now we're working. So this is the dashboard, and what it's going to do is basically just show 15 posts, and you can just click on the posts and it'll take you to the information for that post, and you can edit it, edit, update. So really cool. We need to fix this show all posts. Oh, I don't even have it going anywhere. So we should just be able to do post. Whoop. Well, that's going to the Alright, so that's going to the admin posts. And you can click on the category as well, and it'll take you to the category page. So, very cool. Alright, so what else do we want to do here? What we can do is also put a section for our categories, which will be really easy. All we need to do is copy this section and then paste it and change some stuff here. We'll call it the categories. So just change all these posts to category. Okay, the categories I believe have names, not titles. Yeah, name. So change the title. Name, category, category title, link to category name, and we obviously don't want this column category. Okay, admin categories. Alright, so that looks good. Let's save that, reload. So now we have, actually I want the posts on that side, so I think we can just change the order. Or not. And that says categories. Now I'm trying to think how we can switch these. I'm not sure why it's... I think we can pass in a parameter here. And do priority. Priority 1. I'm not sure if this is going to work. It's worth a shot. So categories would be 2. Alright, let's save that. Alright, so it did work. So now we have a nice dashboard with our posts and our categories that we can easily change or delete or whatever we want to do. We got a nice little breadcrumb up here to go back. So yeah, really cool. Trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's it. We can change the text if we want up here. If we go to app admin posts.rb, and all we have to do here is just add in a hash. We can say menu label, and we'll make it just say blog posts. So save that, and then if we reload, it changed to blog posts. So I think the last thing we should do is actually create a post. Let's actually create a category first. We'll say I don't know, IT. Alright, so now we can go to our front end. We can go to, let's go to categories. And you'll see the IT category was added. And there's no post there. So let's put one there. Go to blog posts and new post. We want the IT category. This is my new post. Alright, save that, create post. Okay, so it's updated in the back end. If we go to categories and go to IT, we have our new post. So the functionality is just about there. You can see it's added to the main blog role as well. So I mean, the biggest thing we have left to do in this project is the layouts and the obviously the look and the template, all that stuff. So I think that's what we'll be getting into next. So I will see you in the next section.